We all know that Chris Bumstead is the very best the men's classic physique division has to offer in terms of his physique overall package. But in terms of just the arms alone, I highly doubt Chris Bumstead would be in the talk of having the greatest arms in the men's classic physique division. I'm sure that title would go to somebody else. And that somebody else, in my opinion, that is, we will find out who that person is. This was actually a request from another fellow YouTuber, EP09. Here he is on a routine dog rescue mission. That's right, he jumps out of helicopters just like Magnum PI, rescues dogs, people, whoever. Some sort of a superhero, if I'm not mistaken, dives underwater, things of that nature. Anyway, today we are going to run through a few athletes that I feel deserve a mention. And then I will narrow it down to, say, a top 5, and we'll actually do a little comparison. Steve Laureus, ladies and gentlemen, the glorious one himself, some of the best arms in the division in this front double bicep pose, and that's why he's getting a mention. I went through some of his shots, and with all due respect to Steve Laureus, I just don't think that he will be in that top 5 call out at the end of this video. Here's Damian Patrick, and he has some of the biggest arms, I think, in the division. Very thick and hardy delts, biceps, forearms, things of that nature. When he goes to hit the shots, he lacks that peak. With all due respect, I mean, these are fantastic arms. But when you're talking about the best arms in the division, you kind of want to go for a peak, don't you? Lacks that, but other than that, fantastic set of arms, deserves a mention. Here's Daniel Fanpoint, and in terms of the front double bicep pose, he's got some very impressive arms. Tricep sweeps, biceps full, forearms, not bad. But of course, like I said about Steve Laureus, side triceps, things of that nature, I mean, it's not bad. It's actually not too bad. Lacks the delt size, I think. From behind, he's actually pretty good too. So, yeah, Daniel Fanpoint, he has some of the best arms in the division. Will he be in the top 5? Hard to say. Here's a very familiar face, Alex Cambronero. And much like Daniel, from the front double point of view, he's one of the best in the division. From the back, not bad. Nothing too special compared to some of these guys. From the side, a freakishly large forearm. You see that muscle goes all the way up his bicep, and there was no actual side tricep to speak of. So, I want the winner of this one to look good in all the angles. Take a look at Fabio Junio. Good set of bicep peaks. Triceps could be longer. Forearms, not bad at all. But unfortunately, there's not many shots of this guy hitting like the side tricep, things of that nature. And when you do comparisons, you got to kind of stick with the mandatories. Safe to say, though, he has some of the biggest arms in classic physique. Wesley Vissers. You cannot forget about Wesley Vissers. Great physique and all, but when you really look at the arms, they're perfectly symmetrical. Biceps, triceps. This guy's going to be one to watch out for. Breon Ansley, he's got some of the finest bicep peaks in the division, in the classic physique division, maybe even in the IFBB. So he could be a contender in this one. Here's Peter Molnar. You guys have not thought about Peter Molnar, have you? Look at these biceps. We just seen Breon now. I might even be more impressed with this guy. We'll see, though. We'll see if he makes it into that top 5. He probably will. Ramon Dino. You cannot have this video without presenting Ramon Dino and his world-class giant forearms, biceps, triceps, things of that nature. Last but not least, a little bit of a surprise to me. Last minute entry. Gabriel Zancanelli, one or the other, I apologize. Great arms on this guy, and we'll see how he does stack up against the best of the best, because we're going to begin with the front double bicep pose, and as you can see, Gabriel Zancanelli makes it into the top 4. We have 5. I'll explain in a minute. We have Wesley Vissers and Ramon Dino on the top. And in my opinion, there are factors in those two guys' arms that are superior to all else. The forearms in particular, guys. Some very small forearms for Breon Ansley. Not bad for Gabriel. But the biceps, I hate to say it, but I think Wesley's actually maybe beating Ramon Dino because of his symmetry. Ramon Dino and I looked for a better pitcher, more symmetrical arms for Ramon Dino, but this is how he hits it. And Wesley Vissers, his are almost mirror images. The biceps and his forearms surprisingly holding up very well against Ramon Dino. Now, the reason why I don't put anybody else, the other three guys, we'll look at Peter Molnar in a second, because the tricep sweeps, they don't reach out as far as those two guys. Not even close. Now, here's Peter Molnar, and not bad bicep peaks, but you can see the forearms. That's really going to hurt when you're just looking at the arms. You take the physique side of it, the forearms really hurt Breon Ansley and Peter Molnar, I would suggest. Now, Gabriel, he's got some good flow. He's got some good symmetry, biceps, triceps. Forearms might be the best out of the three, but I don't know. I don't see any of these three really beating anyone, considering, Breon's got some excellent peaks in those biceps. So maybe a third place for all of these gentlemen, and first for Wesley. That's crazy. Now here is the second point of view, the side tricep, and I know this is a bit of a mess as far as Breon and Wesley at the end are concerned. Couldn't get a side tricep pose, so we're sticking with the mantis poses for each, and they look good, and I don't really want to render them fourth and fifth just because of that. So I think in this case, we're going to make it a top two with Ramon and Gabriel. Peter Molnar, he has a massive tricep. Look at that. His delt might not be in proportion with that tricep. I don't think his forearms are either, but still, should definitely get him a third place. Maybe fourth for Breon and Wesley. I don't want to do them like that, though. I definitely don't want to do them like that. There is perfection, not prefection, whatever it is. It's perfect. Breon or Ramon Dino and Gabriel Zancanelli. The tricep itself. Look at Gabriel's, and the delt. Maybe Gabriel might have an edge on that as well. Bicep, bulging. Forearm from this angle. Ramon definitely in a battle here with Gabriel, who probably would get first in terms of the side tricep development in the arm alone. So it's looking really good for Ramon Dino. He hasn't won a certain shot, but he almost won the first two shots. So I think probably he might have the best arms in classic physique, but it's not over yet. Look at the back shot here. Okay. Wesley Vissers, he gets back on top here. Look at Wesley's delts, his biceps, his triceps, forearms. It's the best balance, I would suggest. The tricep sweeps, again, for Ramon Dino and Wesley. They both travel all the way to the end of the delt, or the elbow, rather. Ramon Dino, a little underwhelming in this shot. His forearms are... I don't think they're being displayed to their best of abilities. I mean, Wesley's beating him on the forearms, if you can believe that. And I don't mean any hate to you Brazilian fans. Hey, he'll get better. I think it's more to do with the display. Look at actually Gabriel down in the bottom. His tricep sweeps, fantastic, especially when you compare it with poor Breon. Breon's triceps don't go all the way down, and his poor forearms. So wow, I think actually Gabriel might get an edge over Ramon Dino. So this could change things up. What about Peter? Oh, poor Peter and Breon. Maybe the best biceps from the rear, but those forearms are really putting a sting on them. I still can't believe Wesley getting an edge on Ramon Dino in the forearms. But yes, very interesting, guys. We have but one shot left, and I saved the side chest shot for the last because this is very exposing, quite exposing indeed. We have Peter Molnar, who in the side tricep pose displayed the biggest tricep, but here in the side chest, it's very minute. Very minute indeed, and he earns a 5th place here. The forearm itself, very underwhelming, as is the delt, in the comparison, that is. Zancanelli, Gabriel, he's winning in the forearm. There is no doubt in my mind against all of them, but in particular Breon Ansley. But Breon seems to be winning in the delt. Triceps close, biceps close too. Gabriel has that vein, but I mean, Breon's got a freaky peaky bicep. So it's close between those two dudes. Maybe an edge to Breon because of the delt. But you could easily give it to Gabriel because of the forearm. Close, guys, close. And I'm much more comfortable with these two dudes being the top two in the final pose because it makes sense. You have Ramon Dino and Wesley Vissers, two of the best, two of the top-ranking athletes in the men's classic physique division. And arms should be important in this division. Arms should be very important, I would suggest. So from the side, guys, and keep in mind, it's probably pretty close between these two dudes. You start with the forearms, go from the bottom up. And Ramon Dino, known for the thickness of his forearms. Wesley, not really known for them, but he should be. He's got some thick, full forearms, definitely doing battle with Ramon. Close in that aspect. Bicep for bicep. Jeez Louise, guys. Probably give an edge to Wesley Visser. So it's very close in the forearms and in the biceps. Triceps, considering it is a side chest pose, it's very hard to determine who has the better tricep, but when you can see it, definitely makes a difference. And Wesley Vissers just seems to have a bigger set of arms. Seems to. When you go to the delt, there can be no argument. Even you die-hard Brazilian fans, you guys are great fans, but you guys are honest fans as well. I'm sure you can look at this and be true to yourself and say, well, yeah. From this angle, Wesley Vissers most certainly has the better arm. So this was a very fun, interesting comparison, guys. And the placings are as follows, with Peter Molnar getting into the top 5, in my opinion, that is, of best arms in the men's classic physique division. Huge triceps, just lack the forearm development, maybe some delt size as well, and then he'd be maybe the best. Breon Ansley gets 4th in this. No doubt in my mind, if he had some big, thick, full forearms, he'd probably win with those bicep peaks. Fantastic. So Breon Ansley, still some of the best arms, arguably the best arms because of those bicep peaks, for sure. Everybody's gonna love the bicep peaks. In 3rd place, we have Gabriel Zancanelli. What a shocker. If you asked me who has the best arms in classic physique, I would not have really thought of Gabriel, but the guy has maybe the best arm in the side tricep pose in all of the IFBB. Peters was good too, but this is a better balance. Delt, tricep, this would beat most guys in the open class, I'm here to tell you. In 2nd place, we have Ramon Dino. Ramon Dino, in my opinion, has arguably the best arms in the IFBB. If you asked me before I did this, I would have said Ramon Dino. Kenson Jardine of EP09, he knew who had the best arms. But having said that, I'm sure he was probably surprised in some of the shots as well. Ramon Dino, he just lacked the The bicep peaks. I think he's got some nice long biceps. Yeah, see? Edward G. Robinson, see? But he lacked the delt size as well. He's got good delts, mind you. But in first place, it's Wesley Vissers. And this guy, not only did he have some nice tricep, bicep combination in all the shots, forearms, he also had a good tricep, even though, it's good in certain shots, like the mantis pose position. But I think what put him over the edge were the freakiest delts, the peakiest, freakiest delts I've ever seen. And a big, thick, full set of arms to boot. With the forearm development as well. Can't overlook the forearms, guys. Ramon Dino, some of the biggest, but it's all about the display, I guess, at the end of the day. And here's your champion, Wesley Vissers. He has the best arms in men's classic physique. Prove me wrong. Somebody. Zancanelli. Next time you pose against Big Wesley. And improve those arms, Wesley. Really milk that situation. Work on everything. Work on everything, because they're all in perfect, even proportions. You never just increase one muscle. Everything is perfect now. And where it's harder for us because we have to go to the gym and work out. Whereas an artist will just slap on some clay. Some of them do just slap on some clay, if you know what I'm saying. Definitely not Wesley. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys, if you enjoyed it. Go subscribe to subscribe to EP09's channel as well. Great bodybuilding news, things of that nature. Have a great one.